There's a new word in town and it's called cadulting. And I first heard that word. Um, I hope I sent this already. I think I just did. I want to make sure it went through. I'm sorry, guys. One moment. Un momento bitte. Library. Okay, it's being uploaded. Okay, just want to make sure. I'm doing these videos back to back because I am long overdue in these conversations. My name is Val. I am the hostess of GoAskVal, Val 101, Val's Healing Products on IG, and at some point I will put all those things in the description so that I can be a little bit more active and understand that this is the platform, or stand on the idea that this is the platform. I am practicing becoming more predictable and conscious with my words, um, changing and editing my own speech. As I listened to Billy Carson the other day, he talked about talking to himself in the audience. And with that being said, I'll take them off. That being said, I can get a little, could get a little closer. Oh, no, wrong way. Could get a little closer to you, but this is me talking to me, and whomever else is watching, you are just partaking of a very personal and intimate conversation that Valerie is having with herself. So welcome, feel free to sit back and relax. And I will tap into your energy as well, that you will find this video at some point, and so you're not just, overlooking, if you will, and you're not monitoring or eavesdropping. I'm inviting you in as a shadow person, if you will. That being said, hello, Valerie and guest. When I do that, it's just me, like, cracking my spine, opening up my vertebrae, my 33 stairs to my head to enlightenment. 33 degrees is only 1 degree above freezing, and I do not care to live in that kind of cold water, so to speak. So when I think about metaphors and 33-degree masons and things like that, like I said, to me, all the numbers should line up in the areas that you wish to express yourself, to use your template. So 33 degrees is not enough for me. That may be very well where not what the number, if you will, my stairs and the bone structure. But once I get to my head, that is the bell. That is the crystals. That is the skull. And it just, I want to give honor to the woman of the house, the lady of the house, because her name happens to be Crystal. So shout out to Crystal if she ever sees this, because it's so fitting for me. And until I acknowledged it for myself, it was not going to allow me really to move forward with a holistic mindset. So our friends, and as people, in the areas that I study and look into, our friends as well as our environment is a reflection of what's going on inside of us. So I am coming to a quote, or I've come to a crystal moment, and that crystal clear moment says that it is the outside has reflected the inside to the degree of still cold, still chilly, but thawed. So I'm in a space of liquid assets in my life, mentally speaking. I'll say my E-life to make it better. So when we say things like higher self and lower self or shadow self, I look at more of the peer, the you, Val, as well as other. So if God was a unified consciousness, at some point God had to divide God's self. And so first you have a conversation with you so that you do not lose the idea of the whole, of the completeness of yourself. So again, that's what these are about: practicing talking to yourself, being very happy with what you have made and what you and God together through infinite wisdom and technology, the skin suit as people call it. So we've been grooming ourselves, if you will, to come into a different language from what we used to speak. But a lot of us still speak King James versions. A lot of us, and I'm good. I'm glad about that, because I take on the challenge that yay, as in Kanye, means yes, can, and yes we can. And so he is the manifestation of that, those 8 years of Obama's presidency. So the chant was yes we can, and now can ye? Ye can if you choose. He's doing it, but he hasn't been doing it with our full support of knowledge and education, comprehension, understanding that that's who he is. He is our manifested. Call him a king, call him a god. You can name and label, but I say he's well in his health. He would be more mentally stable and well if he had our support. So Kanye, I crown you as a fellow God in my world, in my sphere of influence. I don't watch a lot of videos one way or the other on YouTube. I'm very select, but when Source allows me to connect the dots, connect the humans to a revelation, especially since they have such a big presence on stage, it is my job to, be the mouse to pull the splinter out, the thorn, if you will. So let's make sure our Jesus does not get a crown of thorns, but he gets a crown of praise. We take the pressure off of his mind so that he can actually do what he's been called to do since before the foundations were laid, before the scripts were written, before the performance and the cameras and the lights and the action. He was a whole direction. His name is West, and yes, West. So that's how I put that together. Hopefully you all understand where I'm coming from. Again, I'm gold in this thing. I'm 1969. Look me up on the periodic table of elements. That's my DOB, and I'm just here to shine like everybody else. I heard somebody say that poem that talks about, you shine and gives other people permission to shine. So this is me giving myself permission to shine. This is me giving you your permission to shine, and I admonish you, invite you, celebrate you. I'm looking for a better word, but do it. Give yourself permission to make your videos, to make your audios, your podcasts, no matter how raw they may be. Do it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to still be in this kind of gear when I'm in my riches, my financial riches. Everyone sees, they say dress for success, and then they put on a suit and a tie, or, even for women, they put on a suit or, a tight-fitting dress, and they look the part, and they look good, and they look polished. And I want to celebrate having on sweats and jeans and no name brand and still have the millions in the bank. I want to be that example that says, you heard my voice when I didn't have the money. You're going to hear my voice when I do have the money. So my rags to riches are going to be rags and riches. It's not a transition. It's not, now that I'm rich, I could do this. So when I assume the feeling that I'm going to have as a rich woman, this is what it looks like. This is my happiness. This is my contentment. If somebody wrote a check now for $30 million or more, I would look at it. I would be grateful. I might would shed a tear. I don't feel any coming. It's a real check. It's going in my bank. It's still me. I'm golden. Once you've been purified, it's not about the money, but it is about what you're going to do with it or what you can do with it. So that's my spiel. That's my commercial. I want to be the public relations officer for people who, they just don't need that heat. Says if you don't have something good to say, just don't say anything at all. Use your mouth for positivity. Go where you want to flow. And I'm great at being a critic. I'm excellent at the critical eye, but I believe it is a gift from God. So I use it with the utmost humility because I don't like judging. But somebody has to judge. Somebody has to judge, a righteous judge. So I'm here to judge Kanye West as righteous in my eyes. And I want him to know he has an authentic support system. By spirit means if we never see each other, by spirit means you have support. Somebody who can articulate to the universe, articulate to people that are embracing their God and their God source, and still not, it's not saying he's the only God. That's not saying that he's in competition with what we've known God to be. He's just come to his own self-actualization and realization and practicalization, and that's what I'm doing. So thank you for being authentic. Thank you for being yourself, Kanye West. Thank you, Val, for being yourself. And anybody else that resonates with this. You are me, I am you, we are we. But if you're going north or you're going east or you're going south, I'll see you when I get there. But right now, I'm just talking to West because, I'm from the Loop and I was from West Side. So it just came out that way. All right, like I said, I ain't got nothing against all my other directions. I'm going in all directions as a radio wave, as a sunbeam, as a ray. What's the word? Radio. Radio is an etymology source of the word sun or ray beam. So the rays of the sun beam makes the radio. People talk about frequency and vibration and all that. What is the vehicle that the frequency is on? What is the two bands? What are those? Those are the rays, whether they're going this way or that way. That's what makes the matrix. Problem is we don't have enough hands to show you our own individual web. Unless you look, it's a mesh, if you will. All right. So the tighter your group and your clique, the more support you have. So thank you all for tapping in on Val talking to herself. She's going to go and get this bat out the cave. And I'll be right back. I'll talk to you later. I'm going to upload this. I'm going to be on another phone. And I'm going to upload another one. This is my red phone. If y'all want me to actually get this turned on, cash out me, $GoAskVal. That's GoAskVal. Cash out me so I can get this phone on. You can call me and we can talk. I'll talk a little bit slower, so we can actually rap. You know what I'm saying? But take care. I'll see you on the other side.